was, coming of age at a time when drugs in my community were very prevalent. Oh, Red, if you seeing this, which I doubt you are, because do they have YouTube in prison? These are dream moves. This is someone else. I'm not myself. No. Good afternoon. Today is Saturday, November 30th. It's the last day for me to go do my second tasting at Cooper Hall. That's what is going on now. I also need to change out my purse. So let's change the angle a bit and do that. I'm wearing all kinds of browns. There's brown in my shacket that I picked up from Shein, my dark brown boots. I guess y'all can't see that. Step back some, my dark brown boots, and then I got my Coach handbag that I'm trading from the black one, which just looked a little more stark with this outfit, and I'm trading that for my brown one. Still don't have my bench that I still have an order from H&M. Girl, I'm still thinking about the earrings. That I still have an order from Temu. So how am I gonna get it, right? It doesn't make sense that I would have it. But I'm disappointed because I was kind of waiting for some Black Friday sales, thinking that, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a good deal. Haven't seen any good deals. This Black Friday stuff is a myth. Don't let these tariffs come and then we really gonna get our feelings hurt. I said, my goodness, do I need to start planting my avocado pits to see if I can grow my own avocados? Because if y'all about to trip with these tariffs on Mexico, stuff's about to get expensive. I need to start paying attention to what fragrances I put on, because I'll put something on, get compliments, and be like, hey, what was it? Like, I'm so ticky about it. I want to know, was it 3 pumps of this, 2 pumps of that, 1 of these? Well, like I need to know all of that. My vanity is a mess this time because I took the nails off, girl. Me and those nails. I felt like when I do my nails, I have to be a little more careful. I have yet to find a glue. Like people talk about, oh, this glue lasted 30 days. I have never, and I've even gotten some of the glue that they claim did so great. Not so great. I've never made it past, I don't think I've made it past a solid week without feeling that slight lift or something like that. So I think I would just have to break down and start getting my nails professionally done. Fun fact about me, I don't know how fun it is, but I've never had a manicure. Ever. All right, we have eaten breakfast, got the kitchen all cleaned up, and we're ready to start our day. It is, what is it? It's like 1:30 in the afternoon. I've been chilling. This is technically my last day of vacation. I call it a regular work day, because I already know I need to start meal prepping and doing all the things. I need to go grocery shopping, and because tomorrow I was returning back to work, but I'm only working for like 3 weeks, so I feel like I can handle it. I feel like I can do this. I can do hard things, baby, what's up? Like, she's able. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow's another weird work day, and I gotta get back to it. But I've been enjoying my break to the fullest. And by enjoying, I mean I've literally been lounging, chilling, hanging with friends, hanging with family. Thanksgiving happened and all of that, and I have loved it. I'm gonna turn down the heat because it's hot as Hades in here. There we go, that sounds better. It's turning up now. But anyway, I've been enjoying my break. It's been nice, it's been peaceful, it's been all the things. Yesterday, I went to a wine tasting. Didn't really take you guys to that because you've seen me before. I did, however, take a couple, 2-3 pictures, and I went by Ross's for no reason. I have been doing really good about saving on the money I'm spending. I've been cutting back a whole lot, but I thought these were a cute little stocking stuffer for my granddaughter, and they're just very cute. Lip Trio is what it's called. And then I just so happened to see something for her grandmother. I thought, oh, these are charming little flutes. And for you people who think I don't know that when I drink my bubbly wine, I should be drinking it from a flute, I do know that. I do. But see, look at this flute. This actually is a very tall flute, so it can hold a lot. But when you compare a flute to a wine glass, oh baby, which do you think holds more liquor? So when Kymberly has a rough day, Kymberly wants a long play. So I usually pour into my wine glass, even if it is bubbly. So I just bought a pair of those glasses. I like them. Do I necessarily think that they go with my kitchen? Maybe not. Well, you know what though? My nutcracker here has gold trim. My tree here has gold trim. So yeah, we can do the gold glasses. And even if we can't, we can. Just because I like them. So I got that. But let me tell you, so here's what was interesting to me anyway about the winery. So I'm at the winery and I meet a guy. Actually I met two guys, let me be honest. And it's so weird. Even now I still have a hard time figuring it out. So I went to a place where not a lot of melanated people go. We got two wineries, two Cooper's Hawks anyway in Kansas City. We got the one that's more centrally located on the plaza, and then we have another one that's out in Lee Summit. Well, Lee Summit is closer to where I live. I happen to live where there's not, the vast majority of people are not as melanated as me. We'll just put it that way. So I'm at the Lee Summit one because yesterday was November 30th, and it's my last day to do my second tasting of the month. You know, I get 2 tastings a month, whatever. So I go out there, and while I'm there, this guy starts talking to me. He's part of a trio, or at least I think he was. There was a couple there. They were definitely married, and then there was him talking to them. I came up later, solo dolo, and he started having conversation with me. I wasn't really feeling it at first, but I was like, you know, hey, why not? Whatever. I go there to be social, so I'm socializing, and he's talking. And he comes to a point where he then asks, hey, you know what? They also have these events where they do dinners and things. Have you ever gone to those? I said, no, I haven't. I'm thinking at the time, he's asking me if I've gone because he's seeking my advice, right? Like, is the food good? Is the experience good? That's why I'm thinking he's going. So I was like, no, I haven't gone. And he was like, would you be interested in that? My treat. I'd be more than happy to pay for it for you. So I'm still kind of thinking it's a group event or a group affair or whatever. And so to the couple he's with, I was like, yeah, so I don't know. Is it worth going? They were like, we don't know. We hadn't planned on going. And so it then kind of dawns on me, oh, I think he might be kind of asking me out. I don't know. Like, I was so bad at that. I'm just bad at that. I have, in hindsight, realized that, oh, girl, he was hitting on you. But I think I am, and I can't even say I'm not used to having conversations with peach people because I live around them, I work with them vast majority of the time. I've been in situations or school buildings where I was the Black teacher in that building, so I've definitely been around them a lot, but I still don't really pick up on their subtle clues and hints. And then sometimes even when I do, I feel like they're fetishizing. I don't know if I shared this before, but part of the reason I was wondering about fetishizing is because I went to high school with less than melanated people as the majority. And I ended up running into one classmate of mine who was white, and he let it be known that, hey, I was always attracted to you. And he said some stuff that let me know that, oh, you actually do remember back then or whatever. But in my mind, it felt more like a fetish. It didn't feel genuine. Because what you've been doing all these years, you've been faking it. You've been playing like you liked a certain type of woman because that's who your friends and your circle accepted. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. So it's just weird. Needless to say, I've never dated outside of, I can't even say outside of my race because I've dated someone who was Hispanic before. But that was kind of when I included Black and brown people as a similar demographic. Girl, once they voted the way they voted in this last election, that kind of cleared me up on that. So that wasn't the case. And then if I'm being really honest, for the most part, anytime I've dated outside of my race, they've been black and. Like I've dated a black and Italian guy. I've dated a black and Hispanic guy. I've dated his Puerto Rican guy who, until he opened his mouth, you would have just thought he was a black American guy. And, you know, so I've dated people who basically look like me. Nah, not fully. I take that back. I dated a guy named Red. Let me tell you, Red. Oh, Red, if you seeing this, which I doubt you are, because do they have YouTube in prison? Red finna do. He doing life. He doing life. That's a whole nother phase of my life, child. But he was a light-skinned guy, and I would say up until then I was kind of like, you know, light-skinned guys. He even had red hair, hence his name, Red. I don't know. I kind of thought they were softer and easier. And baby, when I tell you that's the craziest black man I ever dated in my whole life. Red alone could have his own chronicles. Because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to stop dating that black man and have my life. I thought it was going to be one or the other. I mean, you could keep dating him for life, or I'm going to stop dating him and not have my life. But I digress. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So, after the white guy, who I wasn't sure was really asking me out, but it turns out he kind of was, because at the end of it, he was like, let me give you my number, and, you know, if you want to go out with me, please let me know. Give me a call. I'll leave it up to you. And he said, by the way, I have dated black women before. I've dated black women as my preference. And he asked me, have you ever dated white guys? I was like, no. He said, that's okay. Allow me to change your mind. He was kind of smooth with some of it, but then other parts of it, I was like, whoa, wait, what is happening? Like, I don't know. It's different. It's very different. So if y'all are accustomed to it, please let me know. But anyway, so they leave, the trio. Well, let me not lie. The couple leaves and then he leaves because I really didn't even know what else to say. And fortunately, he had somewhere else to go because it was starting to get awkward. Like, I was like, I don't know what to say. I think for me, the biggest part of it is, okay, we just had that one election, right? I don't even know how to talk about that with someone who doesn't look like me, who I don't think can identify like me. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't say there are these insecurities, but there are definitely these, I'm going to call them unknown factors. There's the unknown of how I would talk to someone about circumstances that happen in America to people who look like me, but the person I'm talking to doesn't look like me. I don't know if that makes sense or not. And it just questions everything I thought I knew. Like, I know I'm hecka cool with orientation. I'm hecka cool with representation. You know, allow yourself to show up as whatever makes you feel comfortable. Date who you want and all of that. But then when it starts applying to me, it's like, I am not familiar. Like, this is just not my temple of familiar. So, I don't know. There's that. Okay, but next part. So, I think I'm an equal opportunity rejector. That's what I'm going to call it, because the next part of this is I ended up meeting a black man. He black, very much what I'm familiar with, looks like what I'm familiar with, except for one thing. He is ex-military. I just don't date. Two types I haven't dated. Okay, so when I was young, I met a guy, really liked him. Oh, I kicked it with him, I vibed with him, I liked him. He just had kisses that sent me to another planet, the whole nine. But we had to stop dating because he worked for the sheriff's department. And my lifestyle at the time was not one that was accepting of police of any fashion. I'm just gonna say that. None of my friends were accepting of police. They might have been dealing in illegal activity. I too may have been dealing. Let me stop skirting. So the truth of the matter is, I'm 50 plus. Y'all know that already. But if you do the math on it, I was, coming of age at a time when drugs in my community were very prevalent. They just really were. They were the ticket out of the hood. And I've grown up in the hood. That's where I came up in. I'm not ashamed of that at all. So for the boys, it felt like there were two ways out of the hood. You were either going to be an athlete or you were going to be a baller. For the girls, there was pretty much just one ticket out of the hood. Nobody talked to us about going to college and having these goals and aspirations and all the stuff that you all see on TikTok. We ain't had no TikTok. So we just had older sisters and family and all of that. You know what, as a matter of fact, let me stop saying that, because I feel like in order to tell the stories of Kymberly and to talk about my lifestyle, I need to provide respect or at least anonymity. Yeah. I feel like I need to provide anonymity to my family members. So regardless of how they're related to me and things like that, they're all going to be my cousins. That's what we're going with. So anywho, I will just say that back then, the goal, the aspiration, the idea, the bar was set on dating a baller. Now, whether you dated a baller that actually handled the ball, football or basketball, soccer wasn't even a big thing at that time, or you dated a baller who handled an 8-ball. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just know that it deals in the other side of the law. Okay? I don't even know how I know about 8 balls. I heard of that term before. But anyway, so for girls, the goal was pretty much set at dating a baller. It really wasn't on us accomplishing anything. And as I look back on that, that's really sad. That's sad and unfortunate, but it's the reality of what I grew up in, right? So that being said, the people around me, 9 times out of 10, really didn't deal with law enforcement. And so when I met this guy who was awesome and all of that, but worked for the sheriff's department, I knew that wasn't going to last. So I had to let that go. To you, if you see me, I doubt you will. But if you see me, I apologize. It's not that I didn't like you. I liked you. But you played for one team, I played for another. And the two, So anyway, I meet this guy who's ex-military. And as soon as he said that, I kid you not, you could just hear the wall slam for me, because I have known people who were ex-military. And this is just my experience. You can absolutely disagree with me, and it's okay, you can be wrong. I'm kidding. You can't be wrong because you're speaking from your experience any more than I can be wrong speaking from mine. You know what I mean? So my experience of dealing with ex-military people is that I have someone in my actual family. We're gonna call him a cousin. I have a cousin of mine who is ex-military and very strange. Like, he is very regimented. He has a need to always be right. If you disagree with him, it upsets him greatly. He can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye. And this does not apply to all military, but because he is my experience and I have other military family members who were also very similar in the sense that they didn't quite have the reasoning skills or the emotional maturity that I would have liked. Like, he couldn't grow in his emotional maturity because everything was black and white. It's my way or highway was his kind of thinking. But beyond that, this particular person had a weird thing, like never had a house pet, and this is so insane to even say this out loud even, and I've known it was insane for years, but because they were family and you're taught, family is family, family sticks together or whatever, this person would literally, if he saw a dog in the street, would run it over. Like, let that sit in for a second. There's something very off about a person who would do that to another living being. No, it's not a human being, but it's a living being. You know what I mean? Dogs, cats, things like that. Just had several cruelties. And if I'm being honest, I will admit I never witnessed it. but out of his own mouth, he would say things that, 10 points, or I did this, or I did that. Granted, this person lives in a whole different state, whole different time zone even. And as they would say that, I was like, what's funny about that? Like, I don't get it. Are you joking? Are you serious? And in the back of my mind, I literally knew the person was serious. And it was just like, it was distancing. I'm going to say that. It was distancing. And I always thought, don't they go through, like, to join the military, don't you have to go through psychological testing and think, like, why didn't they weed that out? Why didn't they see that or find that? Because I'm just a civilian. And I think that ain't right. Like, there's something wrong with that. But even just talking about that person, again, this is a family member. So I can say truthfully that this person has been married for decades. Great. I don't dismiss that. You all know I value love and marriage and all of that when it's healthy. And this person has 2 kids, a boy and a girl. The boy has these outbursts and rages, like is not able to sustain a relationship, a healthy relationship with someone, got married, turned around, got that marriage annulled. When the person found out, oh, you think we're married and now you can just fly off and have these temper tantrums and rages and all of that. Kudos to her. She was wise enough to get the heck out of that. And then we have a situation too where the daughter was in contact with my daughter. They're cousins, second cousins, whatever you want to call it. Because remember, I said everybody's going to be a cousin. So anyway, when the ex-military father of hers flew off on a rampage and things like that, we pulled back. We're like, this isn't something we're dealing with. This is crazy. I instructed my daughter, hey, that is not something you want to deal with. I haven't taught you to deal with that. I haven't raised you in a household that deals with that. So act accordingly. Her cousin, again, the daughter of this off person, reaches out to my daughter and was like, listen, it'll be, all you have to do is just say, I get it, I'm sorry, kind of basically she was coaching my daughter on how to assuage this person, make them feel better so that my daughter could then make her point and hope that he would hear it, because what his daughter was basically saying is, he's not going to be able to hear you until you say you're sorry, until you make it better, until you... And I thought, oh, that's... What? My daughter didn't even need me to tell her. She went ahead, blocked that person's number, and has not spoken since. So I say all of that to say, this is a part of my experience with people who are in the military. Do I believe that all people in the military have this mindset or behave this way? Absolutely not. Am I willing to roll the dice with my life to date a military man? No. And I understand I could be dead wrong for that. I understand that I could just live out the rest of my days alone. I see something orange in this new glass. It must be a sticker. I don't know if that's going to show up. But I understand that I could live out the rest of my days alone as a result of this decision. And I'm okay with that, because I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't not happy. I'm not unhappy right now. But anyway, as we're at this wine tasting, I meet a guy who's from the military, and as soon as I was like, he asked me, what do you do? And I said, oh, I'm a teacher. He said, oh, that's admirable. I'm a civil servant too. And I said, really? He said, well, ex-civil servant. I'm retired. I was like, retired how? As weird as it is, I've come a long way. I would probably date an ex-cop. I would. I can't even say probably. I'd be willing to date an ex-cop, but I still haven't grown in the sense that I would be willing to date ex-military. I'm just not. I'm not. And y'all can judge me. You can tell me all the things, but coming from the experience that I have, I'm just not there yet. So as soon as he said he was ex-military, I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. I'm not. I was still friendly with him. I let him talk and all of that. But baby, I took the white guy's phone number. I didn't take ex-military's phone number. I'm Gomer Powell, I'm sorry. Well, who's a black guy that was ex-military? Do we know any black people in shows? I don't, actually. Only ex-military I know on TV land is Gomer Powell. So I didn't take the black man's number because he's ex-military. I took the white guy's number, but now do I plan on calling him? I don't know what we're gonna talk about. I don't know. That's such a new thing for me. And because I'm not at a place where I feel like, oh, I really want to get out there. I really want to date. I'm not there. So as I speak to you right now, I'm not even sure where that number is. I don't know that it made it home with me. I don't know if it's in my purse. I don't know any of that stuff, but I'm gonna say probably not, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. This is already clean. These are brand new. I need to wash these and get myself together. What else am I doing? I want to get out and I want to go to Dollar Tree because it's already December 1st and I'm starting to run out of time. If I go to Dollar Tree early enough, I can usually get 2 packs of gloves for like $1.25. They're those thin gloves, but even those thin gloves are enough to break the wind. And my idea is to get 1 pair of gloves for all of my students. I do this every year now. Well, that's not true. Years and years ago, I built snowmen. I put rice in a sock and I made a little snowman for them. But what I find to be more useful for them is the gloves. So now I get a pair of gloves, put a candy bar in there. I want to say I have footage of me doing it last year. I don't think I included it when I was trying to do Vlogmas, and no, I'm not doing Vlogmas obviously this year. Usually these snowmen are for candy bars like Hershey's Almond and Crunch bars or something, but that's not what they had on sale after Halloween, and honey, she's on a budget. We like to give, but we got to keep a little for ourselves, right? So anywho, and for those of you who are interested in donating to my Help a Teacher cause, feel free. I'll be sure to include my P.O. box below. She takes gift cards to Dollar Tree and all of that. That's where I do a lot of my school shopping. And then I'll just like tie a little ribbon or something on there and write the kids' names. Usually I put a little scarf around here, but since it's different shape, I don't know, is that working? It's, you know what, it's gonna have to work, so it's fine. It's great, in fact. But I need to get a pair of gloves for everyone, so I need to go to Dollar Tree. I need to buy a couple of things to get ready for meal prepping this month, and I think that's about it. But anyway, I have run my mouth for a good long time, and I need to get my act together, take this off. I have my scarf on, basically also to make sure that I keep the steam from washing my breakfast dishes off of my hair. I pin curled my hair. This is my first time pin curling my hair since it's been short again. Put this over there. Since it's been short again, so we'll see how it turns out and we'll get ready to go. Listen, I've been running my mouth long enough, so let me put this back and get out the door, girl. Let's go. Cross your fingers. Ooh, okay. Oh, darn, those are mittens. Mittens don't quite do it. These are the kids, but with hearts, those are too feminine for my boys. And I need some that are pretty much, well, then they have boys. Oh, but darn, there's just one pair. Where's the 2 for $1.25? It's on the other side. Have faith, have faith. Come on. Y'all, this is the 3rd Dollar Tree to which I've gone. Oh, that's cute. They got the little football hat to match.
These are dream moves. This is someone else I'm not